Hello everyone, welcome to Reflex Save, where a group of friends get together, play a little bit of D&D, have a bit of fun. My name's Callan and I'll be your DM for this campaign. I'd like to introduce to you some of the players I have around the table with me. So, Tim, tell me a little bit about yourself. How was your experience with D&D? Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Hello friends, my name's Tim, as you've just heard. I've been playing D&D for approximately 2 years. I love it. It's a great way to tell stories and to make a fool of yourself. And I look forward to doing at least one of these things.
I think that's probably goes without saying. Andy.
Hey, I've also been playing D&D for about 2 years. Feels like I've been playing for 2 months. So, yeah. I also have thoroughly, I dove right in when I started playing and, yeah, thoroughly enjoy it.
Moving on, Zimmer.
Hey, I've been playing D&D a bit more than the other two, almost 20 years now, and if I have my way, I'll be playing for 20 more. I'm really looking forward to this game. Icewind Dale is a bit near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited as well to get started. Jen, last but not least.
I am Callan's wife, and he introduced me to D&D when 5th edition came out. I can't remember how long ago that was, but it was a very good introduction, and I'm excited to play this campaign, mainly because there's an owl on the front cover.
Yeah, a few years by this point now for D&D, so for those sort of keeping track at home, we've got some players that are relatively new to tabletop gaming in general, all the way to sort of intermediary and very experienced. So we'll hopefully give you a bit of a full gamut about what it is to play D&D, why we love it so much, and what brings us back over and over again, because these kind of things go on for long stretches of time, and we really enjoy ourselves both playing the game and playing different characters from ourselves. But now that you all know who you're working with, I wanted to sort of say a warm welcome as well to anyone listening who's first time playing D&D, very new, or have never played before. We're really happy to have you, and part of the goals that we have here is to introduce D&D to as many new people as possible. For those of you who are, like Zimmer, well-versed in D&D, we are so sorry. Just so sorry. But the name of the campaign, as Zimmer has alluded to, is Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's an official 5th edition campaign that's been put out by Wizards of the Coast, and it looks very exciting. As Jen has said, there's some beautiful artwork on the book. Front cover that has a owl-faced thing reaching out, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and a bit of a tense sort of situation game. So we hope you guys have a bit of fun with it, because we certainly will. I don't know about you guys, how did you feel when we sort of looked at this campaign? Because there's a lot of different emotions, I think, mixed up with what it is.
I'm going to be honest here. I'm just glad that we're out of a dungeon.
Yeah, we've for some of our player groups, we've played some. If anyone's familiar with the Waterdeep Mad Mage campaign, which is just all dungeon all the time. Hopefully, this will have a little bit more mix of dungeon crawling, a little bit of mix of town work.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Dungeon crawling's amazing and everything, but yeah, other things are fun too. So,
well,
looking forward to that.
The most fun thing I have is that maybe the size of the maps won't destroy my computer's processor. So that's what I'm hoping for. What about Jen? How are you?
It looks horrific.
Well, that's a good reading endorsement.
Horrific?
Like a horror campaign. I mean...
Oh, that's good.
The front cover doesn't really inspire much hope for players to keep their character for more than 10 sessions.
Well, let's see how we go. Certainly, I think they're going for a bit more of that kind of tense atmosphere with this campaign. Sometimes with the campaigns, they're very hopeful hero narratives and fantasy. We sort of chose this one because it's a little bit different from your standard fare. And it's just, it seemed really interesting.
So is it a bit more desperate, would you say?
I certainly think the people and situations are much more desperate than
That's cool.
The other sessions are sort of, even when pitted in desperate situations, usually there's sort of some very ray of...
There's always an out.
Yeah, there always is an out.
Yeah.
And this one seems to really try to lend itself into that sort of cabin fever, survival mode.
That's cool.
And so even the players are supposed to feel that. So I hope you guys feel that as well. Alright, well, I think we should get into it. In the middle of a snowfield burns a small fire. 4 figures huddle around to feel its warmth. It's night out in the wild tundra of the Dale. Small tents are set up, back from the fire, and the moonless night deepens the pitch darkness, making all light and sound seem to die once it passes the camp. The 4 human figures, with the hard features of those that must survive the harsh reality outside of the 10 towns, the last bastion of civilization beyond the spine of the world. As we close in, we can see 2 men and 2 women talking in hushed tones to each other. One man is older with long, grey, stringy hair, a weathered tan, wrinkled face, and pale, grey-green eyes. He is wrapped in furs which have ceremonial markings indicating his status to his tribe. The other man is younger, can't be more than 16 seasons, with short blonde hair, simple furs, and despite the unusually weathered features, his youth is betrayed by his sparkling green eyes. One of the women is middle-aged, sharpening a knife on a whetstone as she quietly listens to the conversation. She's rippling with muscle under heavy furs, and several scars running from her forehead down to her jaw. Her eyes are dark brown, and her hair is half-shaved on one side, with the remaining mid-length chestnut hair swept to the other. Her quiet demeanour projects her confidence, but her frequent glances to the darkness hint at some unseen anxiety. The final woman is younger, not much more than the boy. She is a lean woman with long black hair and deep brown eyes. If she was living anywhere else, her more delicate features might make her a popular bard or a target for amorous men, and she's wrapped up against the cold more than the other 3. On her side, she has a small pack, which anytime she hears an unexpected sound from the surrounding darkness, she instinctively touches. In the distance, the long wolf howl causes a momentary halt in the conversation. I don't like it here. I feel too exposed. What are you afraid of, boy? Replies the old man. Didn't you hear it? I could be set upon by a pack of wolves at any moment. Wolves. If you're worried about beasts, then set your heart at ease. Mira will take care of any beast that dares approach the fire. The old man looks over the fire at the middle-aged woman who seems to sniff in the cold air. She slowly pulls out from behind her a great club. No, my boy, it is not beasts of nature you should fear, but the horrors of the unnatural. Hearing wolves brings me comfort. The old man continues as he watches the jumping and crackling fire. What sound do you fear then? The voice of the young woman is quiet but confident. My dear, the sound you should fear is no sound at all. When the beasts around are quiet, when the sounds of nature are muted, then something horrible approaches. The old man muses. The young woman and the boy will steal nervous glances at each other across the campfire. But in the darkness, everything's in vain. Only the infinite starlight above. It's impossible to make out much beyond. Then maybe tell us a story so we shouldn't worry about it. The old man's silent for a time. From a small pocket in his furs, he brings out a sack that appears to be filled with mead. I can tell you a tale about a monstrosity that walks the snowy plains of the Dale. The old man begins slowly. This creature hunts for human prey, but unlike the snowcats, they do not simply silently stalk. Unlike the winter wolves, they do not use their pack tactics to run down prey. No, these creatures are far more insidious. The old man takes a swig of his mead flask and passes it to the next, who takes a long pull. The creature hunts those in groups, maybe hiking up Kelvin's Cairn, or fishing for knucklehead trout on the lonely shores of the Red Run River. Even small caravans become its target. The mead skin makes its way to the next person who takes small tentative sips. You see, this creature is able to change its shape and it's particularly good at mimicking any humanoid you can think of. It doesn't simply attack, but it turns into a person, like one of the group. It starts following them, interacting with them, copying sounds that it has heard once before. The meadskin makes it round to the next person. When the creature changes, there's an acrid smell in the air of blood and death. And even if you know the creature is there, it often doesn't help. Its presence seems to hypnotize, makes people believe that they're always there. And only later do people realize that something else was among them. The night had been dark, but now in the small corner of the sky, a beautiful aurora takes shape and stretches like a curtain, casting a haunting, beautiful light across the landscape. We can see now that the camp is on an open plain, and far in the distance is a tree line marking the beginning of a forest. Indistinct shapes and shadows play havoc as the aurora fills the sky, and only the occasional crack of fire can be heard. The meadskid passes once again. It appears that Oriel has blessed us once again with her curse. The young boy coughs as he takes a drink of the mead, and after a moment he gathers himself. What happens when the creature comes? He asks, and he passes the pouch back to the old man. He tries to lure someone away from the group, picking them off one by one, and they're never seen again. It accosts groups and lets the fear set in as people realize what is happening to them. But every time it keeps coming back, people panic, they lose their wits, and the creature slowly takes its victim, one by one. The silence that fills the camp is uneasy. The odd skylights and the fires have their own playful flame, which cause odd shadows to bounce across each of their faces. It can be caught. If you listen carefully, you can tell when a voice is not quite right, when a person is a little bit off. Sometimes there is a word the creature has not heard before. It'll try its best to recreate that sound, and it always sounds wrong. What do they call it? The young woman breaks the deathly quiet. It has many names. Some call it Wanderer. Some call it the Following Man. Or sometimes just the Lone Follower, or the Following Shadow. Its proper name is Naldgrift. The middle-aged person looks up for the first time, and the old man nods. After some time, the silence is broken once again. We should go to bed. It's late. The old man looks deep into the fire and slowly throws another log on. In a bit, let's enjoy the warmth while it lasts. And we pull back from the camp scene, the fire a bright speck between 5 figures huddling for warmth. Icewind Dale has become trapped in perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and the land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Oriel, the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as the 10 Towns. The drop-offs in caravan coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, the 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark in the frigid, blighted land. We open on a cold, frost-swept landscape, which looks to have a barely visible road running between large snowdrifts. It's the morning, but you can barely tell as the landscape is lit by perpetual pre-dawn light, which will not get much brighter until it transitions to twilight and then darkness again. In the distance, the slight orange light that we can see a figure coming towards us on the road. And it looks like they're travelling on foot and bundled up against the cold. Jen, tell us what this character looks like.
Bundled in very old furs, as you could assume that she's local from the area. A face you can see. It's more. It is a human-like face, but it's got feline-type features on it, and she's carrying. I don't want to say the actual term, but a bunch of wood.
Lots of wood. Lots of wood.
A bundle of
One
sticks.
might say a bundle of sticks.
Kids, ask your parents about what a lot of wood is called.
And slowly making her way into town.
Okay. We see the figure walk towards us, and as they come close, the camera pans around them and floats it skyward, as we can now see Jen's character walking into the town settlement. And in bold we see Goodmead, 1489 DR, first of deep winter. Damn. Founded by immigrants from Schult and the Vihon region, Goodmead is nestled between the Redwaters and the nearby evergreen forest. The town's squat dwellings are adorned with carvings of dinosaurs, and serpents are overshadowed by a two-story structure of the Mead Hall. Its eaves are carved and painted to resemble wyverns. As honey is the key ingredient to mead, the town literally buzzes with the droning of bees. We watch you walk on the Eastway Road leading into town. Past some initial scattered houses with snow-covered roofs, we can see some green trees here and there, which also have a healthy covering of snow. As you're considering your next move, you sort of taken a little bit aback by how quiet it is. You're used to coming into this really small town with a bit of activity on the periphery of town, especially from town loggers or other residents going about their day, even in the early morning. But you don't see anyone as you approach town. As you consider your next move, you look towards the Redwaters, the frozen over river, and you can see a crowd gathering near what you know is a town shrine called the Shrine of the Flaming Sword. This sort of catches your curiosity as a native to Goodmead, because no one really gathers at the Shrine of the Flaming Sword unless there is a big town meeting or something important has happened.
How bizarre.
Before you can really ask anyone, you can see the look in their somber faces. And it looks like you're attending a funeral. As you embed yourself into the crowd, you can see the normally closed shrine is opened up. And there is a small stage set up. Behind the stage, in the shrine, you spy a long table covered in a cloth blanket and the unmistakable shape of a body. Looking to the stage, you can see 4 humanoids about to address the quiet crowd. A human male, a human female, a dwarf male, and curiously, a kobold male, who is slowly and sadly playing at a viola, I think it is, whose notes fill the air with reverence and mourning. Zimmer, tell us what this character looks like.
They are not even 2.5 feet tall. Their features a mixture of a lizard and a small dog. They are covered in a winter coat of a dark brown and a lighter cream. And they have a pair of sharp red eyes that, even whilst they play, scan the crowd. Their dexterous fingers work the bow and the strings of their viola as they deliver a somber and slow tune fitting a funeral. They are dressed mostly in tanned furs and have a scarf with a few extra layers for the deep winter that they find themselves in.
I could imagine reptilian-style creatures are probably not big fans of the cold, all bundled up. As the notes slowly fade down, a stout-bodied, barrel-chested, black-haired dwarf steps forward and addresses the crowd. Thank you, Carnelian. That's quite nice. We are here today to mourn the loss of a great friend to the town, a man who dedicated himself so many years to Goodmead, Kendrick Reelsbarrow. And immediately upon hearing that name, Jen, your character is taken aback because you know Kendrick is the speaker of the town, the town leader.
He's dead.
A murmur ripples across the crowd as you say, but a lot of people know who you are and they realize you've been out of town for a few days. The dwarf waits till everyone sort of calms down again. Kendrick was a great man, and though we did not always see eye to eye, we always knew what was good for Goodmead. He was a friend to everyone, a man of the people, you would say. The dwarf smiles a little. We only survived the great folly with his leadership. We only knew to be the town we are today by him expanding our mead trade further and further, even south, past the spite of the world. His watchful eye let our trade in our town grow. Today we remember as he tried to step forth and protect our town's lifeblood in trade. And he was slain by a monstrous creature who stole what we consider rightfully ours, that was bound for East Haven. Today we remember him as the brave man he was, and the friend that he will always be. The dwarf bows his head a little, and then, would there be anyone that would wish to speak of him now, before we lay Kendrick to rest? Shouldering through the crowd, a human male steps forward, ready to step on stage. Ah yes, Woden. Come up here, my boy. Andrew, tell us what this character looks like.
He is quite tall. I'd say maybe 6'2". Well built. He is wearing a sort of a white, sort of V-cut, I guess, cloth shirt. Over the top, he's got a large fur coat, but he kind of looks like doesn't really fit in with the rest of the people at the funeral. He looks like that guy who, you know, has been skiing once and bought all new ski gear for the occasion. It's just a little bit too light for the town.
Yeah. So he's actually really cold, but he's pretending he's not.
No, yeah.
He's like fully dark in Gore-Tex.
Oh man, that's a name I have not heard in a long time.
Is it like top of the line furs as well?
It looks fine though, right?
Yeah, he's well presented.
Okay.
Long dark hair, probably like shoulder length dark hair. Chiseled features, quite a handsome guy.
I'm falling in love already with this man.
I mean, I don't know, fallen.
True.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you put the floor.
Alright, he sort of approaches the stage. You can see, as he's heading up to the podium, he tucks a flask back inside the jacket. He's got a somber look on his face. My good friends of Goodmead, it saddens me to be here in front of you today under such terrible circumstance. Kendrick Reelsbarrow is dead. He's dead. I had only known Kendrick since my arrival to your great town, but the friendships that we shared and the things he accomplished will live on forever. I know people could already tell that he and I were going to do greater things for Goodmead. I heard someone say that. Kendrick, K-Bar, the wheelbarrow. You were formidable in both strength of your back and the strength of your character and the sheer amount that you could drink. I'll never forget that time you literally threw me at some disorderly travelers who were comparing our town's signature mead with the water our horses were drinking outside. I've never been thrown before, but it scared the shit out of those guys.
Toss me!
Oh,
I just like to also picture this man is like 6 feet tall. Kendrick was a giant of a man.
very strong.
Absolutely.
Are we aware of the exact height of Kendrick?
Kendrick was probably similarly maybe like 6'5", but
so
like
slightly taller.
even, but like more so broader as well. Like he was just like those strong. You think those strongman competitions where someone's just like a unit.
Like
That's
the huge
Kendrick.
dude from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
The mountain.
The mountain.
Mountain, yeah.
Yeah.
Sandor Clegane.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. Just an absolute mountain of a man. But yeah, so still funny to think of him throwing a 6-foot person.
But alas, if only I'd been there, you know. When the incident happened, that damn Verbeeg wouldn't have stood a chance against us together. And it should be so damn lucky that I haven't decided to track it down and take vengeance myself. Nonetheless, we lost an extraordinary and passionate man, husband, father, and town speaker that day, who loved this town and cared for all of its people. Thank you, everyone.
And the dwarf reaches up very high to pat you on your shoulder as you step back.
Does he need to like pull out a stepladder?
Yes. He's like high-fiving his shoulder.
Or do you do the courteous thing and like lower yourself a
Yeah.
bit?
It's like, oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Thank you, little man.
Well, Aversa, you had some words. The human woman steps forward. Everyone, I'll keep this brief, as Kendrick would not want us to mourn him so sadly. Yet we celebrate the life that he led. My colleague Shander is right, of course, and Kendrick's passing will be sorely felt for the years to come. I pray to the gods that his character integrity will always guide the spirit of our community. Can I get all of you to roll a perception check? This is the first roll of the campaign.
First roll, baby!
Woo!
Quiet ASMR.
One at a time.
Mike's not too close to pedestrian.
That is an 11.
11, okay?
What skill check was it again?
Perception.
Perception.
So you're looking around, like,
You-
this is what you notice and pick up.
Alright.
14.
14.
Solid. That's a solid die.
21.
21.
Oh!
Ooh!
Oh! I guess we know who the high roller is.
I can't read.
Are you playing another druid?
18.
18. Alright. So, for Zimmer and for Andy, you know that you notice a slight awkward silence after the last sentence, which was the may his character and integrity always guide the spirit of our community. For Jen and our unknown fourth person, the slight awkward pause after the last sentence, you see Olivessa give a sidelong glance at Shander at that time.
Remind me who Shander is?
Shander's the dwarf.
The dwarf, okay.
Yeah, it's on stage. We have been fortunate that our request from the House of the Morning Lord in Bryn Shander has been so quickly heard, and a cleric has been sent forth to give Kendrick his last rites. Please, if you will. And she motions to the other human male standing on stage. Finally, Tim, tell us what this character looks like.
Tell us, Tim.
So on the stage you see a tall, rather lean-looking man. So he's approximately 6 foot 6'1". He's wearing a very heavy grey fur-lined robe, very basic, but it looks very warm. The hood of the robe is pulled back to reveal dark brown hair that looks like it hasn't been cut for a while. It's starting to grow long at the back. Medium-length beard that again hasn't been trimmed for some time. And sharp, piercing hazel brown eyes.
Okay.
And he addresses the crowd. People of Goodmead, we are gathered here today to farewell Kendrick Reelsbarrow, beloved soul and town speaker of Goodmead. While we may be tempted to fall into despair at his passing, let us take this opportunity to remind ourselves of the journey of life and death. In the eyes of Kelemvor, All are judged fairly, and it is Kelemvor that reminds us that death is not the end, it is merely a transition within the journey of existence. I would like to read the following passage given to us from the word of Kelemvor himself. Death is but a part of life. Fear it not, evade it not, and view it not as evil. To fear death delivers you into the hands of those who can bring death down upon you. Die with dignity, neither raging nor seeking to embrace undeath. Do honour the dead, for their strivings in life have brought Faerun to where it is now, and to forget them is to forget also where we are now and why. From these words we must take the message that this death is not in vain. Kendrick fought bravely, defending his town and his people, and we must remember him for this. By keeping his memory alive, we keep his soul burning in our hearts, and he shall never be forgotten. Kelemvor judges all souls fairly, and takes them to be with those of their like. Even now, as Kendrick prepares for judgment, you can be assured that he will find peace surrounded by good-natured, kind souls. We cannot alter our fates. Once our time comes, we must face it with grace and dignity. We must believe in our faith and let Kelemvor decide our path beyond this life. And so it is time for Kendrick to pass on and receive his judgment. Let us all have faith in the judgment of Kelemvor and the kind soul that is Kendrick. Although he may no longer walk with us on this plane, take heart knowing that his soul carries on in peace. Let us give praise to the gods, one and all. Let us give thanks to the gods, one and all. We honour you, we worship you, show us grace and mercy.
And the crowd sort of murmurs in general agreement and the affirmation of your words. Olivessa steps forward again. Thank you, Horatio. As is tradition, we will keep Kendrick here for a 10-day, so those who wish to mourn him can visit. Olivessa's speech comes to a stuttering halt as she looks out over the crowd, who one by one turn to look behind them and back up the street towards the evergreen forest. Creeping down out of the forest and over the houses and towards the road, a thick fog is rolling forward. Everyone, it's time to return to your homes. Those who don't have homes to go to, make your way to safety, to the mead hall. The crowd quickly starts to disperse and scramble. People are not fully panicked yet, but you can see adults in the crowd have a twinge of fear as parents gather up children, and each one makes their way in different directions. Quickly, the townsfolk disperse, and all of you are suddenly covered in fog. Trying to head in the general direction of the mead hall, you slowly make your way forward, visibility reduced to only a few feet. Although it's not actually snowing, you can feel the cold seeping in to your cold weather gear as you stumble from time to time. At the crossroads to the eastway, you go to turn left, and in the fog, while not clearing, seems to lessen slightly. You begin to feel slightly relieved, as if you're starting to get to the point where you thought you might have been lost. Although you see indistinct figures around you, and you look to see other people. But soon that relief sours, and you notice that there are some other, shorter figures in the fog. As some of the shapes come into view, they're not townsfolk, but short creatures with scant, ragged animal furs and grey, almost stony skin, holding in their hands what are most likely broken icicles, lunging forth through the fog. Roll for initiative.
Oh, damn!
Oh, shit!
Who these midgets?
I'd like to,
Who these midgets?
as you guys start to roll for initiative, I want to say that I've been saving a set of dice.
Typical.
Unbelievable.
I've been saving a set of dice just for this campaign. It's one that I bought in a comic store called Briv's Vegas. And I'd like to give a shout out. They're really hefty sort of metal dice. It's from guys that call themselves Heart Captors. It's a really cool red set of metal dice, and I'm opening for the first time.
Give us ASMR.
I have no idea how well these are going to roll.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah, come on. Oh, yes.
Do some follow work.
Yeah, I like that.
People can't get enough of that sound, Callan. You should
Well,
know.
you know what sound is going to feel like you're going to hear even more is the nice little thunk as it hits the dice tray. So let's get to it. What I'm also going to get you guys to bring your attention to is roll 20 so we can see the map. I'm going to move this over.
Yeah.
I do have a note that I do want to say before we come up. Where if I can get the thing here. This particular map, because it's a little bit outside of the normal one we have for this campaign, is a battle map that I found from a guy called Alex Vander from Neutral Party, and I'll put a link in the description of the YouTube video or in the podcast. He has a lot of different battle maps, really well made. This one, can you see the map now?
Yes.
But you can surely be able to see like very tight circles around.
Query.
Yeah.
The circle's based on the reduced visibility from
Yes,
the fog?
from the fog, exactly. So you'll be able to see more of the map as we come up, but it's a really, really nice one. You got it? I recommend any of those people click the link if you need battle maps for your campaign. They're really good. I think there's a Patreon as well if you want to grab some additional maps too.
Okay,
That
map
one's
is
me.
live. There we go.
Okay, we can see the map.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to put in this one. And let's roll some initiative for these guys, shall
I
we?
just realised that my initials WC,
Yes.
like a water closet.
That's what we were
I
all
didn't
thinking.
think of that, but I'm glad that you've reminded me.
I think I'm
Am I just a regular closet then?
Yeah, you're just a closet.
You're-
I'm super
Hard.
pantry.
Hard closet.
I'm toilet.
Okay. Don't know where those stat blocks have gone, because of course when I need them, they are gone. But, okay.
Stat blocks. Hang on.
I'm going to roll for the creatures. Oh, okay.
What are the creatures?
Well, you're going to need to find out, aren't you?
I nearly got it.
Hey, where the shield?
Alright.
So close.
Okay. Don't worry about how many dice
Okay.
you're rolling, by the way. Just, you
Cool.
can ignore that.
I'm counting.
I'm clever.
I
Um,
didn't give myself spells.
Rats.
You probably should if you need spells.
Just while you're rolling every dice that you own.
Yeah. Jen, your character?
Yes.
What was the initiative roll?
Oh, I don't want to.
you still have to.
I rolled a 1, so it's a 3.
3. Okay.
off to a fly.
I believe we called out Horatio's name, but Tim.
10.
10. Okay. Woden's name as well, so Andy.
9.
9. Great rolling, guys.
Yeah.
Carnelian, so that's going to be Zimmer.
I thought my 12 was rather average, but I'm quite happy with it now.
You shouldn't be. You guys, yeah, that's not. Alright,
You ripping skids, man?
so the first thing that happens is all of you, the reduced visibility, you can see figures in the distance. Anyone that can see like a blue token there, that's the creatures you're fighting. But from north of where you are, I'm going to pop this on here, roughly around here, you see the fog suddenly rushes towards you as if it's sort of being pushed from somewhere. Everyone, I'm going to say that's going to be, let me see, Water Closet, Woden, Carnelian, Horatio, actually everyone, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Callan, can I ask why I have a C as well? Am I Horatio Closet?
No, but your last name has a C. Does it not?
Oh, it does indeed.
Ah,
It
you
doesn't.
freaked me out
That
there.
is
I
my
don't want to
name.
use these dice anymore.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to either.
Saving throw.
Dex save.
Dexterity saving throw, yeah.
Oh, come on, man. 5.
5. That's a fail.
10.
10 is a pass.
Better not kill me in the first session.
You're
I
dead.
really want to.
You're
Is
dead.
it?
22?
22 is a... Yeah, 10 was a pass, but 22 is actually a fail. You've gone over 20, and we don't allow that.
I think you might have a bug. There was a stack overflow on my saving throw.
That's a pass. Jen.
I rolled a nat 1 again.
Nat 1. That's
Oh,
a fail.
shit.
Okay.
I would like to refund these dice, please, to the good people at
Good
Hearts
Choose a different dice then. I'm using this one.
for next time. So that's a 3.
Okay, so anyone who failed on that saving throw, your speed becomes 0. Or you can use your action to force yourself to move at half speed. That's for
Whoa.
that's for 1 round.
We're under
Okay.
attack.
All right. Next one, we're gonna see who's that. I believe that's Jen's character. So we've got a monster that comes lunging out of the fog.
SP.
Yes.
Oh, SP, sorry.
SP. The mysterious SP, which the name hasn't been dropped yet.
Get an SP.
Good. Okay.
One day I will.
You're a sneaky
Okay.
cat.
The creature comes lunging out with icicle drawn and starts to stab at you.
I feel like icicles aren't bad. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Icicle.
Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, okay.
In the current
18
climate,
to hit.
They're pretty dangerous.
That hits.
It hits.
Absolutely, that hits.
Oof. That's 6 points of damage right off the top.
Oh, man.
Calm down.
Can you not?
I max rolled on that. Okay.
Goodness.
Good first round. Doesn't move. Just stay around you. Next to roll, coming out of the fog, Horatio.
Hey.
Another creature with an icicle in hand. Stabs out at you.
What?
That's going to be 13 to hit.
13 misses, my friend.
He swipes forward and you just duck off to the side as the icicle punches through maybe a cloth or a piece of rugged fur. Okay. Next is going to be blue, walking up to Woden. That's going to be a 5 to hit. I believe that'll miss.
That misses.
Okay, Carnelian, you're first of the players to act. You rolled the best with a 12.
Seeing someone being accosted by a what appears to be a very mean Smurf.
So what you can see, just to let you know, is you can see, like with that dim light, you can see the other people being attacked in these sort of creatures, but it's very indistinct until you get closer. Yeah.
I shall approach the Smurf.
Smurf?
What's that crash?
Which one's that?
I don't know. He's going nuts.
One of them's
that
armed
the
with
red
a
M?
crash symbol and smashing someone over the head with it.
The M that attacked.
Yeah, so the red one with the red dot? Okay,
Yes.
so can you move your character?
I have.
It hasn't moved on mine either.
Okay. We'll play Theatre of the Mind until that actually comes across.
And I shall. Carnelian shall draw his rapier
Alright.
and attempt to run it through.
Knave.
How is a 13?
Miss.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Okay. Anything else?
Um,
That's movement, that's an action. You do have a bonus action if they're available to you.
I do not believe I have anything available on a bonus action right now.
Alright. That means we're going to move on in initiative order to Horatio. Tim. You've got this probably about half your height, stony looking thing.
Would I recognise what it might be?
You might if you make a knowledge roll. Let me see.
Will this be my turn, or is this a
No,
free
this
action?
is a free action. So make a nature will work.
I'm a nature boy. What can I say? These are really hard to read. I'm not going to use them for very long. 14.
Okay. 14. You have heard somewhere along your travels coming here. You haven't. This is the first time you've seen one though. This is known as an ice crag.
Crag.
Yeah, they're short little creatures that often sort of attack in packs, and they quite obviously use some weather to give them. They're immune to cold and cold affecting abilities, and as you can see, they're jabbing you with a little icicle.
Little bastard. Okay. Right. Oh, he got me.
Now that's your turn. No.
Wait, what?
That was your free action.
That was my free. Okay, just a sec. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Okay.
Bisco the Bisco.
So I'm going to. Your SP, right?
I am.
Alright, I'm going to take... Yep, I'm going to take an attack of opportunity from Green M.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to move... I'm going to run over to... the SP. Now, on mine, it's got what I can see. That's
you should see everyone.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So,
you can only see you for the benefit of people viewing. I've got everyone's view.
okay.
You may not have seen me get hit.
Yeah, so make a perception check real quick.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
before you move, yeah.
Right.
And also, your speed was reduced. Did you fail your save?
Nope, I passed with a 10 apparently. Perception, 14.
Okay, that's enough. You heard someone cry out in pain.
Okay.
So you can make that movement if you're sort of deducing that someone's in trouble.
Yeah, I'll head towards the sound of the cry.
Alright, the ice crag next to you is going to lash out.
Yeah, let him.
Natural 1. Misses.
It's these dice.
I know.
Oh, I've been rolling okay. It's just that one.
Alrighty.
Okay, so he swings out, misses, and you are able to get to near where Jen's character is.
Alright, I'll approach this strange, foreign-looking cat lady that I've never seen before. See that she's injured, and pull out of my robes a small pouch of, like a triage kit, first aid kit. You know, bits and pieces that I've collected and brought up with me. And I'm going to, as an action, use a healer's kit on her.
Okay. So that's like, that's like poultices and wrappings and stuff like that. You're quickly bandaging up.
Are we... Oh, is this at a potentially the healer feat in action?
I don't know.
Could it
Maybe we
be?
should talk about it if you would like to.
It is.
Would you like to describe what the difference is from... You've got a healer's kit, which is a standard piece of adventuring kit.
I do. I've got my character starting with something called a healer's kit, which allows me to, provide small amounts of healing. I also have a special character-specific feature called, wait for it, Healer.
Whoa. No.
So because of the healer feat, it gets better. As an action, I can spend one use of a healer's kit to tend to a creature and restore 1d6 plus 4 HP to it, plus additional HP equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice.
Okay, so it's going to be, in that case, it'll be an extra 1 point.
So you got one hit die?
Yeah.
Right.
Every level, basically it's your level.
Oh, it's alright, okay. So that's 1d6 plus 5.
So worth mentioning, for healers' kits, they don't innately allow you to heal. Generally, they stabilize creatures that are dying or on the brink of death. That healer's feat is the other thing that can actually give healing. Yeah.
Yes, but you cannot regain HP from this again until you finish a short or long rest.
That's fair.
But it's still
Still
good.
It is much better than nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's also a super underrated feat, I believe.
At level 1, it's
I
amazing.
don't think it's quite so underrated anymore.
Okay.
It has become rather popular.
It's really good for that more extra healing, especially early on, as you said.
I'm applying salve. Here I go.
There you go.
Oh, it's a 1. Plus 5 is 6.
That's
still how much damage.
That's exactly the amount of hit points.
Hey.
So theme of the night
You're
is
back.
number 1.
Well,
Thank you very
sorry,
much.
You're back to full. Okay. So that's your movement. That is your action. Do you have a bonus action you'd like to use?
I may. Oh, bloody might. No, I don't.
Okay. Moving on then. Andy, Woden's turn, I believe.
Okay.
You've got a creature right in front of you, and I think you failed your save, so you can't move.
Oh, rats.
But you do still have your action. That's unaffected. If you want to move, you need to spend that action.
Is it a particular condition?
No, this is a custom job.
Okay.
It's reducing your movement to 0. You can half move if you spend an action to sort of do that.
Sure.
But you can use your action normally if things are right in front of you, for example. Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to reach in my cloak and pull out an Eldritch Blast!
Oh, shit.
So you're in melee range
that what
of this
you came
creature,
from?
so that'll be a disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm at a funeral, I don't have weapons on me.
Right.
God.
Okay.
So disadvantage, you say?
Yep.
Oh, that's an 8.
An 8 is not going to cut it. I'm
rats.
sorry. All of you guys have some fantastic to hit so far, so that's good. Anything else you like to do? But you still have a bonus action available to you?
4.
If you've got something.
I don't have something.
All right. That means it's going to be someone else's turn. Everyone roll a perception check.
18.
Okay.
12.
12.
That's 12.
12.
17.
10.
All of you hear sounds of a struggle further north from where you are. I'm pinging it on the map. Roughly from there.
Could you ping it again for me, please?
You see that?
No. I just want to update it slightly.
I see it.
Yes.
I see that.
Yes,
now.
I see.
Sweet. Okay. Right, then moving on. Jen, lucky last in the round. What do you got?
Alright. So, in a panic, while I'm still very thankful for the heal, my hood comes off and you see a morphing of my head into a more cat-like than human.
Oh
And
my
my
god.
ears become more
So there's a
feline.
physical change, yeah?
Yeah, and spots of, if you know your leopards, it would be a snow leopard, start to appear.
your physical appearance actually does change. You're not just revealing your physicality.
No, it changes as well. So you do see initially my more human with like cattish kind of features.
Yeah.
Think Cats, you know, that horrific movie.
Oh god, let's not.
So this is actually an improvement now.
It's an improvement, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, don't beat yourself up too much. You can't be as bad
Oh
as
no,
Cats.
now it's Cats, the theatre play. So
Oh, God.
Now it's like
Even
modern
better.
line.
Yeah.
We're regressing back to the stage play rather
Absolutely.
from the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we not be from the movie to begin with?
yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So in doing so, I gain 3 temporary hit points.
Gotta be probably important here, yeah?
Am I considered incapacitated?
No.
Okay, great.
That's only if you're like on 0, like you're unconscious or something like that.
Yeah. So what that does is I gain advantage on wisdom checks
Yep.
as per my shifting ability,
Mhm.
and I.
Is that all wisdom checks or just perception?
So while shifted, you have advantage on wisdom checks, and no creature within 30 feet of you can make an attack roll with advantage against me
Ooh.
unless I'm incapacitated.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So that is my bonus action taken up.
Okay. Someone who has a bonus action, finally.
I love
Ew.
druids. And what I'll do is, can I free drop the wood I'm holding?
Were you not holding like a staff or something? Or just
Or just a bunch of wood.
just a bunch? Yeah, you can drop that for free.
No! We need that.
Keep us warm.
I've still got my staff in my back, but I'm not sure if I have the movement to.
So as part of a move or any kind of action, you can use an interact action, which is which you can use at least once for free. So you can draw something with interact action if you want.
Well, I'll take out my quarterstaff, which is always with me,
Yep.
and I will roll to hit
Okay.
on the guy that hit me.
Okay. Come on.
Ooh.
What we got?
19.
19 is a definite hit. First hit of the encounter and of the campaign from the players.
That's upsetting.
That's upsetting. We are at the end of round 1.
I'm using my B dice, but then I didn't use my B dice, so that's 3.
3.
Oh no, it's 1. Sorry, it is 1.
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Okay. So you give him a good smacking, and he he sort of like just stumbles backwards slightly, but then he sort of growls and inches forward with his icicle. All right, top of round 2. We've got that red guy again. He's now being surrounded, which he's not particularly happy with. He's going to lash out. I'm going to go... there's 2 targets he's got. He's either got Carnelian or Jan's character. Let's go and see... Carnelian. Swing out at you. Stab with the icicle. 19 on the die. I think that's going to beat your AC.
That will hit, yes.
Yeah.
Stab the icicle.
Let the record
Max
show.
damage again, 6 points of damage.
Ooh. Calm down.
Calm down. Yeah, I'm rolling rocks with this one. Whoever the heart captors, fantastic job.
I beg to differ with my set, but
All right, that means it's going to be Green's turn. He's suddenly without a target. I'm going to get him to roll a perception check because the fog does affect him as well. Okay. You guys don't know what happens.
Is the fog not so is the fog obscuring only past a certain distance?
Yeah, so once you're within like about 10 feet or so, you don't get any penalties, but after that it's almost like a blanket. So it's not like it's sort of obscured to a point out, it's almost like it suddenly comes down like a curtain. Okay, that means it's going to be Blue's turn. He's going to swing out at Woden. 9 is not going to hit. Carnelian, your turn.
Carnelian
Whacked.
will hope to kill the creature by having another stab with his rapier. I think a 16 is a bit better.
That is better, and that is a hit.
And he will hit it for 5 points of damage.
That's a solid stab.
Okay, so you hit it with 5 points of damage, and you successfully taken down. So that was a rapier.
Yes.
So you pierce him.
Put the pointy end right between the creature's throat.
And he doesn't seem to gargle blood, but some sort of clear bluish liquid starts pouring from his throat.
Now, given the opportunity, Carnelian will take a step back to stand closer to the band with the healing potions.
Hint.
Wise decision.
Okay, Horatio, it is your turn.
It is, and seeing this newly injured person approach me, I'm going to give him a little heal there.
Just a little medipack.
I'm just, you come to me, I'll give you the heals, it's so good.
Just keep healing. We'll have overcharge in no time.
Okay.
Oh, anyone who was had reduced movement speed at the top of this round, you're also okay now.
Like 3.
Wonderful.
Here I go. What are we talking? Oh, it's an upgrade too.
That's still all of my HP, thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Forget about it.
Anything else? You've got movement and bonus action still left if you want to move.
You know what, I might... Can I roll a perception check to see if I can see Warden? Or just look to the north?
Yeah, so make a perception check. Anything beyond that distance is hard for you to see.
What we got... 17 plus 3 is 20.
Yeah. You hear the sounds of struggle to the north and a little bit west of you.
I'm going to head towards those sounds of struggle.
Okay, you can move yourself your full complement of movement if you'd like.
My full complement of movement.
After that, then
Yes.
I believe you're done, if that's right.
Yes.
Woden, it is your turn. You're a bit of a pickle.
A bit of pickle.
I might take a step back away from this thing.
Okay, so is that a disengage maneuver, or are you just getting out of its range?
Disengage would be my action.
Correct.
Bonus.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to take a step back.
Alright, it'll take a swing at you.
That's fine.
That is a 15.
Oh!
Hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Alright. Other end of the spectrum, that is 3 points of damage.
Okay. Whoop. 3 points of damage. And I'm going to shoot another Eldritch Blast at this guy.
Okay. So of note, if you still want to be able to see him, you can probably only step back 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just so I shake my disadvantage.
Yep, so you'll be good to go with advantage. Oh, sorry, with just flat. Didn't hit?
It didn't hit.
Okay. Well, you got out of its
I mean,
range.
it's a 9. Does that hit?
That is not a hit.
Oh,
But
worth it.
did you step back? Have you moved your pawn or?
No, I don't think I can.
Oh, you should. Okay.
That's awkward.
That is a bit awkward.
I think I can. There you go.
Should be all players.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. In that case, it is something else. Everyone.
Oh, no, I can. Cool.
Okay. And Jen, your character's turn.
Alright.
You guys are all clumped up a bit at the moment.
So I can...
You can't see any of those creatures at the moment.
No, but I can still see the dear Medipack.
You are...
The dear Cleric.
You are still...
I'm a man, you know.
you are still... You can see everyone else, yeah.
Alright, I'm going to move up beside him because there's safety in numbers.
Mm-hmm. Leaving Canelian by himself.
I'm
Excellent.
so sorry. Come follow me.
Roll a perception check.
I will. I will do that with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll that dice.
Well, thank God for advantage.
What is that? Oh, it actually
That looks
did
like a
something
good die.
That's very nice. That is a 24.
Alright, you definitely hear the sounds of struggle coming from where I'm pinging here on the map, which is to the north and a little bit east of you.
I'm just gonna move up slightly because I still have a bit of movement speed.
You sure do?
I move there.
Alright, so you can see that creature there, off to your east, or to the left of you, and you still hear sounds of struggle here as well. I don't know if you can see anything in the distance there.
I can't see anything in immediate
So,
north,
but you can hear.
but I can hear. I will help just so I know that this threat's taken care of.
Sure.
I will cast and light a bonfire underneath
Ooh.
this creature.
Okay.
So if he can make a dexterity
Dexterity
saving throw.
saving throw? Okay.
Light him up.
So suddenly, I guess, appearing beneath the creature's feet. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. That's a 5. That's probably going to be a fail against your spell save DC, I imagine.
It is.
Alright.
Isn't that exciting?
Light him up.
Roll damage.
Oh, you know, it's another one.
Yes.
How are you
Another
doing this?
Does Bonfire have any additional effects we should be aware of?
So, any creature in the bonfire space when you cast a spell must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. A creature must also make the saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there.
Okay. I will say
If
that
it's wearing anything flammable,
they're not wearing much.
And it dispels fog? What?
I will also say, though, that the creature seems to take more damage from your bonfire. So it takes 2 damage instead of 1. It seems to be vulnerable to fire.
fantastic.
Okay, as it goes. Guttural screams as it's lit on fire.
Wish it didn't make that noise though.
Top of round 3, all of you once again feel the fog rushing forward from to the north of you. Everyone roll a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, fog.
Come on, fog.
Oh, rats!
You are not doing so well with rolling.
I even
tonight.
switched dice.
Okay, let's go around the table. Tim,
21.
that's pass.
3.
Andy failed. Jen?
Nat 20!
That 20 passed.
Hell yeah.
4.
4 failed. Okay, so 2 passed, 2 failed. So once again, those who passed, you can act normally. There's no effect. Those that failed, your movement becomes 0. You can spend your action to move half your speed, or you can use your action like normal. Okay?
Okay.
That creature is dead. That creature rolls a perception check. Okay. Okay, so can you see that creature there?
The green.
Yeah. Coming out of the fog just behind you to the south, a creature comes, looks like he's sniffing the air. Alright, but that is he sees all of you and he rushes forward to Carnelian, but can't take any other further actions as that was a double movement. Okay,
No
Blue
try.
is going to step forward to Jen's character. Go stab! That's a 20.
Nat?
Yes.
No, not a natural 20. I would announce it was a nat 20.
Yeah, there would be more glee in
You
it.
A little
would.
bit more. 5 points of damage.
Okay. Well, goodbye, temporary hit points.
Callan, why do you do in their suffering?
Well, because I'm the GM.
I'm your wife!
That, you can't use that.
Okay, fine.
But Callan, I'm your wife.
You can use that.
Oh, okay.
Damn it,
Alright.
Tim.
Julie noted.
Carnelian, it's Zimmer, it's Carnelian's turn.
Did the small blue man actually make it into melee with me?
The green one did, yes.
Okay.
Can you not see it on your screen? You might need to.
Oh yeah, sorry. There was a bit of a delay, and it looked like it was 10 feet away, but now it's like
He was, and then he moved up with his double move. So
Okay.
he's in melee range, but he hasn't attacked.
It's no point in moving as much as I would like to. I will go for
Yep.
thrust. I don't think a 10 is going to hit though.
10 is a miss. Come on, guys. I feel like a coach. Get out there. Hit.
Roll higher.
Nothing else you'd like to do?
I can't.
All right.
Do it anyway. Like,
Horatio. Oh, it's Horatio's turn.
I mean, I would have liked to have killed it, but I can't.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What you got?
Okay, why not? I'm gonna say a little quiet, couple of quiet words under my breath, and a large bell will be summoned above the one to the south.
Okay, this one here.
So could he please make a wisdom save,
Okay.
and I will cast Toll of the Dead on him.
Fails that save.
What did it roll?
Got it.
That's going to be, I think, a 3.
Yeah, that fails. But he hasn't taken damage, has he?
No, not this one.
So it'll be a 1d8.
1d8.
That's a 3. 3.
steadily climbing up.
Getting there.
You're getting there. The bell tolls above his head, and the necrosis ripples through his body. He staggers on his feet at death's door.
Any
Does
S2 is SP within visual range of me?
Yes.
Okay. Look, can I have a quick look at her? Does she look like she's been injured again?
Yeah.
We don't even know each other. He's so judgy. I suppose that's what
He's a
men of
cleric.
faith do.
That's his
It's his deal.
It's just my thing.
man of
You
the
know.
cloth. What else are you
I'm a man of
expecting?
the cloth.
I don't know what I expected.
Sometimes I touch cloth.
Wait, no, the cleric's from medium armor. He's a man of the scale mail.
All right. Do you want to?
I am not done yet, young man.
Well, you were asked Jen a question. Did your head I didn't hear.
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Not as damaged as you'd think.
Not as damaged as you would think. Cryptic, but duly noted.
Okay.
I'm feeling about an 8 out of 10.
All right.
I think I'm going to save that slot.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do me.
Okay. That means. Okay. And Jen, it's your character's turn.
Me.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I might move that bonfire. Just scooch forward.
All right. Dexterity saving
See what
throw.
happens, yeah.
I think that's a pass. It is a 17.
It is.
It skips out of the way and avoids the damage of the bonfire.
Can you not?
The dice just tell me what to do. I am,
Alright.
I'm a slave to the dice.
Guys, I know another DM if you guys want to go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, let's go. Like,
Listen, I'd like to point out right now, you guys are rolling terribly to hit.
Well, you don't have to rub it in by rolling really well.
Well, that's my job. Yes. All right.
uh,
Top of round 4.
no.
Oh, you've got.
Stop it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Naughty.
Actually, no, forget it.
Okay. Can I?
Can I
Can I
roll?
go down?
Actually, no. I've just remind me of the rules. If I use one of my cantrips as an action, can I use my other cantrip that's a bonus action still?
A bonus action.
Yes, you
cantrip?
can.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So the only real restriction is that if you use a cantrip spell, the other spell uses your action has to be a cantrip as well, or
No.
Correction. If you use a bonus action spell that's higher than a cantrip, your action has to be a cantrip.
Okay.
If you cast a spell, then the only other spells you can cast in your turn must be cantrips.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I would like to cast as a bonus action, Shillelagh.
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 Alright, what are you casting that on?
I am going to imbue my quarterstaff. And it lights up green
Okay.
with this magical Irish power.
Oh, nice touch.
Top of the morning.
You got a nice hurling stick there. You're gonna go bat some rocks at some Englishmen.
I am, and then I'll herd those sheep that are bowing in the background.
Yeah.
In advance, I apologise to everyone from the UK. Alright, Shillelagh cast,
And I'm
bonfire
done.
moved, and you're done. This is the top of round 4.
Did I go that last round?
Didn't you miss with your Eldritch Blast?
Surely I
No, that was the round before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you win.
He's
After Horatio?
No.
Well, then it's your turn.
Well, that's it.
We can go find
That's
this new
it.
DM.
I've been so impactful, and I understand why you want me out of the game. But
Yeah, that Eldritch Blast is too strong.
yes,
Which one?
that. Oh goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
14?
14
Yep.
to hit which one? North or south of you?
They're different?
Yes.
Blue or green?
Blue or green?
The easier one.
Green.
The easier one.
Yeah.
One of them looks
Green.
like it's taken damage, but wait, should they
Both of them have. You hit the green one.
Yes.
Hey.
14 is a hit.
I did it. I did it, everyone.
Now
did.
you're blasting.
Alright, see you later. D10.
Then I just stand and blast it. No? Okay.
Danny DeVito, yeah. No.
Same fucking guy. Sorry, I used the swear word for the
Oh,
interview.
right. I think that's going to be a common occurrence.
That's a big 4.
4 points of damage. Okay. So,
I think you might have killed it.
that's force damage, isn't it? You knock a hole straight through its chest as it falls over backwards into the snow.
Just because we're going to keep making references like this, but is it like the stomach plug from Kung Pao into the fist?
Oh!
But is it though? I need to know.
For comedy,
This
for
is
comedy
important.
for comedy purposes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Realistically,
You guys look like you're struggling. I took out the weak one.
all right. Moving to the top of the initiative order. Round 4. Everyone who was affected by the blast of cold is now can move normally. And we're going to start with... Nope, that person is dead.
Jokes on them.
The blue one is going to try and take a stab with his icicle at Jen's character. Natural 1. That's a miss.
That is a miss.
That's a miss.
Can I use my reaction to mock him?
Yes. It does emotional damage.
Perfect.
Alright. Carnelian, it is your actual turn now. You can
Alright.
actually mock him to
Do
death
it.
if you wish to.
Carnelian does not actually have
As a
vicious
bard, it's
mockery
your
as a
ju-
cantrip.
What?
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 I'm sorry, that's not the kind of cantrips that I went for. 3.
I really beg to differ.
What you got?
Well, Carnelian does not see any more right now, so he will move to engage the one that he can see.
Yep.
I'm pulling out his rapier.
He gonna stab
I'm going for a stab. That is
you north.
an 18.
Yeah, North. Yeah, that's a hit. 18 is definitely a hit.
An ideal 9 points of damage.
Ooh, big damage
Oh,
coming
boy.
through.
Nice.
And that does kill him.
It's
Do you
unusual, it's nice.
stab
It's
the same way
different.
Go for like through the ear this time.
Oh, now that's unusual.
Catch it in the flank and just
Just piercing different parts of his body.
Catch me in the flank.
Alright, well, he's done for.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to lethally poke someone. I'm sure I'll get through most of them by the time we're done.
jeez.
Many holes.
Okay, let's
So many holes.
let's go tell that one there. Ratio, it's your turn.
Is this a ceremonial
Um,
rapier that you're using?
All the people that are involved in this fight.
No, it's a
actually,
it's a very small rapier.
Can I just listen again? Are there
Yeah.
still sounds of struggle?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, I'm perceptive. Oh, it's so hard to read. 15.
15. Once again, you hear sounds of a struggle from here.
You know what? I'm pretty brave, so you know,
He's brave boy. Sorry.
I know kung fu.
I did not think clerics knew Kung Fu.
Well, I know kung fu. It's uploaded.
We're at level 1, you can't cross-class into monk yet.
He might have taken Tavern Brawler.
It's true.
It's uploaded.
Alongside you.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna, approach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. Can I see anything yet? What I'm trying to do
Further north from where
is
you
I'm
are.
trying to approach until I can see something, then stop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You don't see anything, but you feel... Yeah, now you should see...
Yeah.
You see a bloodied townsfolk that looks like they are struggling
Okay.
with another one of the creatures.
Yeah. Without a second thought, I immediately treat them.
Okay.
You know the deal.
Alright.
I'm gonna give him a salve. Boom! 6 plus 5 is 11 points of healing. Bitch.
That needs to be on a shirt.
Oh,
Give it a sound.
what I really like
Hey, I'm
is that the most...
out.
the most healing done was on an NPC.
I mean, the NPC's probably taken more damage than any of us took.
They sounded pretty messed up.
They're pretty messed
so
up.
I saved my best valve for last.
So how many charges have you used? There's 10 charges to a kit, I think. Is
That's
that right?
I think 3.
Oh,
So
you're
you
just
use
not
3
going
out
to
of
heal
10,
after
yeah?
now?
Yes.
Okay. You need to recharge a healer's kit then. Like buy
Yeah.
a new one if you run out of charges. Okay. Very gratefully, the woman that was being accosted thanks you as she tries to disengage and step backwards.
Wait a minute. You've moved water closet up there.
The water
Huh?
closet moved
Wrong
himself up
scene.
there.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Let's-
mythical with me. Wrong seg, my
yeah.
bad.
Nope.
Hey,
You were there. I moved the person out into the
I was
just
there.
No, that's... You were here. I moved this person down one.
Huh? Oh, you do the moving.
Yeah. Okay.
What a hilarious
boy.
misunderstanding.
So any bonus actions you'd like to take?
No.
Alright.
That'll do me.
This creature being caught up with first attacking the townsfolk but seeing the prey get away, steps forward and tries to stab you.
That's fine, stab me. I ain't scared.
2 on the die, 6 misses.
Nice try, pal.
Alright, Jen, your character's turn. You now
I
see
really
that creature.
hope Andrew gets a turn.
Yeah,
Woden?
wow.
Woden?
Wow.
You keep missing
Skipping him.
Wow.
That goes from Horatio to Woden. Woden, it's your turn.
Oh, thanks.
Man, that's some serious hate.
I pass. Nah, I'm joking.
Delay your turn.
I can see. Oh no, that's the dead one.
I apologise.
I might. Would I know the direction of the mead hall from where we are?
Yeah, it's... You think getting your bearings that it should be somewhere to the east of where you are now.
To the east. All right. I might kind of, because I can only see our party, so I might
Yeah.
head like in that general direction to get to the mead hall.
Alright. So you will head towards the east where you come up to a wall of a house, but you know it's in this general
Move over
direction.
here for now.
Yeah.
Might just go up
You
here a
can
little
see that creature now that you're in that square. Yeah.
bit. Okay. Well, if I see that guy and he's accosting Horatio,
Mm-hmm.
I might pop an Eldritch Blast off.
Okay. Yep, you're a clean shot.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is definitely going
I'm
to
back,
hit.
baby.
Alright.
Okay.
You bastard.
3 points.
3 points. The blast smacks into the creature and causes it to start bleeding profusely from its face where it took the impact. Blood, like clear blue blood pouring down its nose.
Blue curacao everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Now it is Jen's character's turn.
I can actually see this now. It still looks... Does it look very hurt now?
Yeah, it looks really hurt.
Alright. I'm gonna go up beside Horatio
Yep.
and smack it with my imbued magical staff.
Shillelagh. Shillelagh.
A
Shall I?
15?
15 hits.
Oh, and then when you hit someone with a shillelagh, it's called a shellacking.
It is now.
It is now.
Only when you're an Australian druid.
Yeah. We don't call that spell shillelagh, we call it shellacking.
3 wacky points.
Three.
Shillelagh.
Okay, that's enough.
Yes. This is shillelagh.
You describe how you kill this creature.
Like a baseball bat to the head.
It's like a pumpkin and explodes.
Yes.
And blue cocaine just
Everywhere.
Nice.
Okay,
that's
that's all
all.
the creatures you can see, although I'm going to keep you in initiative order. As we start the top of the round, a blast of cold, frigid air emanating from this point here once again hits all of you. Everyone roll a dexterity saving throw.
Why did I use that dice?
It's the heavy boy.
It is.
Tim,
I feel like you'll be fine.
how did the ratio go?
22.
You can move normally. Andy, how did Woden go?
9. I'm back at the bottom.
9, you fail.
Back at the
Zimmer,
bottom.
how did Canelian go?
That would be a 17.
17 is a pass, and Jen, a mysterious stranger.
10.
10 passes. Everyone
Come
except
on.
except for Woden passes. Okay, which means we go to the top of the initiative order. Canelian, you're still being blasted by this cold weather. Roll a nature check.
Come on, nature boy.
Why do you think why am I the nature boy?
Because you're the one rolling a nature check.
Okay, fair. That is a 15.
15. This is unnatural. Whatever's happening is not being caused by natural circumstance.
Thank you for this information. Canelian will step up.
Alright, stop right there.
Yep.
Roll me a perception check.
How is a 22?
That is enough. So you're struggling forward through the cold, blistering fog as it rolls around you. You step forward through the snow drifts that make your feet heavy, and just in front of you, almost invisible, you see what looks like maybe a shard of ice hanging in the air.
Is it like hovering?
Yes. Put it on the map for you now.
Shard.
Carnelian would like to take one of the ammunition from their sling and like throw a rock at it to try and displace it.
Okay, go for it. Don't roll with disadvantage, even though you're in close combat. Roll flat.
How is a 12?
A 12. It's just enough. Ooh. As the bullet flies forward from your sling, it shatters the center of the shard, which cracks and crumbles apart, and you think you hear a slight, airy scream as you hear, and then tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. The shards of ice fall to the ground, and the fog starts to lessen.
Is there anything left of the shard?
There are just but bits and pieces. The fog clears, and you're finally able to see everyone else and the dead bodies of the ice crags laying around you. Congratulations on surviving your first combat, and we will see you all next week.
Bye! Thanks for watching.
Listening.
Listening.
All of those things.
The stonecutters do. They keep the metric system down.